Social media is hijacking your brain in ways you don't even realize. TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, X, everything. It stole hours of my life, and it is still stealing hours from you and 7 billion people daily. The worst part is, most people don't even notice the damage. But what if there was a simple 5-step routine that could free you from this invisible prison? It's 2016, and I had just gotten on Instagram. I was so excited. Social media was taking off, or had taken off. And this seemed like the next big thing. Take a picture, post it, share for likes and follows, the attention seeking stuff. It was all very new and very exciting, but I didn't realize I was about to be trapped to the four corners of my screen. Every day, I did the same thing. Wake up, eat, go to school, scroll IG. I'd spend every waking moment mindlessly scrolling, watching funny videos, cracks TV, trying to get people to follow me by staying active and, being consistent on the gram. The whole IG boy shebang. It didn't affect my work, so I didn't see anything wrong with it. And when I got to uni, I continued the same routine. The idea is, if it's not broken, then don't fix it. So we go again. Wake up, class, food, Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, sleep. Again and again and again and again. More videos, more lackluster content, more brain rot, all in a bid to distract myself. Until I became a zombie without even realizing it. And that's the thing, you never know when this thing gets you. Every day I got more exhausted, more anxious, and I didn't really care about anything in my life. It felt like I had no purpose. Social media had taken my life. And I'm not the only one. The average person spends over 2.5 hours daily on social media apps. That's 38 days per year, more than a month of your life, given to algorithms designed to keep you addicted. Even tech pioneers like former Facebook exec Chamath Palihapitiya have come forward saying the short-term dopamine drive feedback loops that they've created are destroying how society works. They know this stuff, and it's not just the tech guys. You have celebrities like Selena Gomez and Daniel Radcliffe, that have openly spoken about their struggles. I'm just trying to demonstrate to you that this is a widespread issue and everybody can see it. But it's not just about wasted time. Social media addiction is literally rewiring our brains. It's decreasing our attention spans, increasing anxiety and depression, disrupting sleep patterns, and destroying how we interact with people. History really puts these issues into context when you compare our ability to focus today with previous generations. A good example of this are the Lincoln Douglas debates of 1858. And I like to talk about this because I think they really dramatize the issue. At the time, the structure for debates was that one candidate would speak for 60 minutes, the other would respond for 90 minutes. Then the first candidate would give a 30-minute rebuttal, bringing the total time for debating to about 3 hours. There were no commercial breaks, and the audience had to follow a single train of thought for at least 90 minutes in the case of the second speaker. Today, US presidential debates are done in half the time, with 2 commercial breaks, and 2 minutes for candidates to speak on issues and respond. A change largely due to the introduction of these debates on television, circa 1960, and their need to hold the attention of viewers. There is a massive decline in our ability to focus. Today, everyone is comparing their behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. If it doesn't look perfect, we don't post it. Relationships are suffering because everything is hypersexualized. All the TikTok girls and IG models have perfect bodies and are half naked, so we assume every woman should look like that. The consequence is that every guy wants a body that looks like Ice Spice, and every babe wants a 6-foot guy, 6-foot dark-skinned guy, not just 6-foot guy, he has to be dark-skinned with $1 billion in his bank account. It's just crazy and unrealistic with messaging on the extreme to polarize audiences and drive views. It's always men are scum or fear women. So instead of finding real connections with people, we turn to screens again and again, and the cycle continues. More scrolling, more depression, more anxiety. When I realized this, I decided to go off the grid completely. I was done. I was tired. No Instagram, no Snapchat, no Twitter, TikTok, none of that for a year. And then a year became 2 years because I loved it so much. I have so much peace when I'm away from the internet. I mean, why wouldn't I? My transformation was nearly instant. I took the gym more seriously and got super jacked. I was able to focus on work and actively pursue my goals. My productivity literally doubled. That being said, you don't have to go off the grid like me. These days, because of my channel, I've had to learn to manage my time on here as opposed to being completely cut off. And so far, it's been good. So there are techniques you can take to manage that. To be honest, there's a simple 5-step routine anyone can use to beat their social media addiction. The first is really simple. It's called morning mindfulness. Think of your mind like a garden. The first hour after you wake up is when you plant seeds for the whole day. If you water that garden with negative news and posts, you grow worry and confusion. But if you take care of it with positive thoughts, you grow focus and discipline. Here's exactly how to do it. Put your phone charger outside your bedroom. So you leave your phone outside the room. Set a morning spot with a notebook or meditation cushion, just fancy stuff, anything that makes you comfortable. And right after you wake up, do something without screens. Write 3 things you're thankful for. Stretch, go outside for fresh air. Just don't hold your phone for the first hour when you wake up. For me, I like to come into this mini space and read my Bible and pray. It helps me to really center myself, because how you start your day is how your whole day will go. I like to leave my phone in the bedroom and then just come in here, right? It's a good way to prepare and see what the divine would have me do for that day. But if that isn't enough for you and you need something else that's a bit stronger, this second step will help. I call it the container method. Think of your attention like water. Most people let their attention leak away all day through tiny cracks. All it takes is one notification to take you down a rabbit hole of mindless scrolling. That's the idea. The container method means putting strong walls around when you use social media, helping you focus better during the rest of your day. So essentially, the way it would work is you would pick 2 to 3 specific times during your day, maybe 12 to 12:30 p.m. or 7 to 7:30 p.m. Then you would set actual timers during these times. When it's not phone time, you keep your phone in another drawer or a separate room or something. And you could also wear a colored band to remind you during this time of why you're doing what you're doing. Again, you aim to have someone to keep you accountable. That will really help you to be able to, distance yourself from technology and really take a break. And those steps are great, but it's easy to relapse if you don't follow this next step. I like to call it the friction framework. The idea is you're making bad habits harder and good habits easier. Think of it like this. Your willpower is a muscle. It gets tired when you use it too much. The friction framework isn't about having strong willpower. It's about setting up your world so the right choice is the easiest choice. It's about creating systems. The idea is to build your discipline into things that require you to not think too much about, executing your discipline. So you could do something like this, put your social media apps in a folder, maybe on page 2 or 3 of your screen, and then turn your screen to black and white. If you're using an iPhone, it's go to settings, accessibility, and then display. Then you will turn off all your notifications, and then you can block those apps, those specific apps. I like to use Opal to block my apps. So when you move it and you section it, you're essentially making it very difficult for you to go there and actually interact with those apps. By making the distractions harder to reach, you're building focus, and it allows you to transition into a new normal. The 4th step is what I like to call filling the space. See, when you pull a weed, something else will grow in that spot. The problem isn't just that you use social media too much. It's that you've forgotten what you really like to do. There was something that you were passionate about, something that used to burn you, that fire, you've lost it. And now social media is taking that away from you. When you remove phone time, you need to fill it with something good. You need to replace it so that something else that is beautiful grows in that space that you've now created. The idea with this is essentially you can put down 3 to 5 activities that you really like to do, right? And then build them around your space. Make a bedroom kit, small collection of things like books, drawings, puzzles, and then plan one deep activity every week that requires your full attention. Again, you're going to share this with a friend, someone that can keep you accountable so that you can really track what you're doing. Finally, the 5th step is what I like to call the mirror technique. Just like you wouldn't walk through a strange place without a map, you can't change your phone habits without understanding your patterns. The mirror technique helps you learn about yourself, which makes changing much faster. Here's how to do it. Keep a small notebook by your bed. Before you sleep, aim to answer 3 simple questions. When did I want to grab my phone the most today? What was I really looking for when I wanted my phone? Was I trying to interact with friends? Did I just need a break? Did I just need someone to say, that I'm someone to talk to and express my feelings to? And then what is one small change you can make tomorrow? And again, the final thing is share these ideas, these things that you're discovering with someone you can trust. Because the path to breaking free from your phone isn't about being perfect. It's not that you're going to be perfect, it's that you're going to be aware. And honestly, you can't even be perfect. That's okay. There are going to be days where you still mindlessly scroll, but your focus should be on trying to reduce the frequency of your obsession and reclaim your years. Once you become aware, you can't go back to not knowing, and that is the power. Now you know there's an issue. And this is the same 5-step routine I use to kill my social media addiction. If you follow it, you'll also end your addiction and start to feel better about yourself. That's what this channel is about. Helping young men like me to become better versions of themselves, to aim up, right? To do the hard things, spiritually, physically, and mentally. And if you like that, subscribe to this channel because we're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and check out the next video because YouTube thinks you'll like it too. So subscribe, share, leave a comment, interact with the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.